The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Yes. Slipped the key card into my pocket. Push the switch, yes. Oh, push it again. Aha! Okay. I think we got the power on. Yeah. Everything's humming to life. And I just heard a sound. And I heard it again. What was through here? Right, okay. I think if I go all the way to the left, I will get to that door. Yep, here we go. With the power box working again, the door was unlocked. Did I go through? Yes, I did. Excuse me. I pushed the handle and stepped through the door. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. Could it be my flashlight? Aww. My flashlight flickered for a moment as I stepped onto the pockmarked ground. The air still smelled of trees and rain, and I was starting to get cold. Did my flashlight really come from that factory? How would I have received it? My head ached as I wrestled with my thoughts, and my body felt ready to give up completely. My only option was the path in front of me. I hoped desperately that it led back to town. Maybe if I ended up close to Norman's store, he could help. A pickup had smashed into the guardrail and stood silent. Was this the truck that those newspaper clippings mentioned? Was there really a body found here, too? Oh boy, here we go again. Another door. Oh, the garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food and slick black bags. I saw a thin greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yeah. Cleaned the card off as best as I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was amazed to have found my credit card and now this. I tucked the card into my wallet next to my credit card. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. I had entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. Pardon me. The entrance to the front of the store was locked from the inside. Looked like I couldn't just pop it open. It needed a key. There's a bit of blood on the keyhole. That's weird. Uh-oh. Try this door first. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Oh my gosh. What the heck? The plot thickens. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. Alright then. Do I want to know what's in here? Hey, what's that? What was this? It looked like a pole chain hanging from the ceiling. I wondered where it led. Did I pull the chain? I gave the chain a single tug, and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. Good, I don't want to go up there yet. Oh, this would be the Oh, no! The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Is that you, Norman? Oh, no. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my co-worker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been killed trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yes, I did. I closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. I wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace, or if I just couldn't stand to think any more about what was going on. Jeez, it's getting crazy. Guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Yes, I did. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Okay, great. Oh, maybe I could use that to unlock the door. Maybe. Oh, right, the attic. Up we go. Okay, there's nothing here so far. Oh, there's a box. It's a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed up. Did I open it? Yes. I opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. What is going on here? Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? Does this tie in with the bats that were flying around? Where's Rachel? Where is she? I don't know, man. It's craziness. I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Kinda figured. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. Never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Cool. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while now. Most of its contents were half melted. That's unfortunate. Whew. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It had been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that, who could have done that to him? Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. There's 3 doors. 4 doors. Oh no. Wish I knew which one was which before I went through. Okay, here we go. Door number 1. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Alright, that's fair. This gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. That door only led me back. I had to find my house. Dang it, I wanted to try the other door. Ah! Oh well. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. You think? The neighborhood's local postbox. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it all the way in. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? Yes, I did. The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no return address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. Norman, I'm sending this to you in a letter because I'm afraid to tell you this in person. What we did, well, it was wrong. My husband isn't an easy man to be with, but he is my husband and your friend. I need some time to sort this out, away from you both. I'm going away for a while. I'm going to tell him, Norman, so don't you think you can hold that against me? Maybe we'll work it out. I'm not sure I even want to, but he deserves at least that much. Goodbye. Was it Rachel? The wrong gate. This one was locked. Oh gosh. So the one with the blood next to it. Jeez. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my bones. Clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. Here we go. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? Let's find out. Door, stairs, something on the floor. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? Yes. I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. The hell? Go over here. The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though. I needed to see if Rachel was here. The door to the basement. It was locked. Where had I put the damned key? Maybe upstairs. Door, stairs. I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? Yes. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? A trophy. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Where are my keys? Oh. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. This is a big house. My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? I pocketed the key. This must be a bathroom. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. Nice. Anything on the ceiling? Okay. To the left, to the left. The books that there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. What? My wife's, Rachel's, suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling that what was in it. Did I open it? Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days' worth of clothes, and some personal effects, and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I had found. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was the bathroom. Okay. Did I check everything? Right, that was the one that was stuck shut. Right, that was the room with the TV. Oh, right, I did pick up a key. Must have been the basement key. Okay. I unlocked the basement door. I don't like how this is looking. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. What is this? I had put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I had something heavy enough. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Well, I mean... Well, shoot. Okay, I'm still looking for Rachel. Was there another door there or something that was locked? Yeah, here we go. The grimy key I had found in the basement unlocked the door. Looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes. Lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. Alright, now I'm assuming I should be able to get through that drywall. Okay. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. Oh boy, as I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Oh gosh, there's all this paper, newspaper clippings, and oh my gosh. It says, don't look. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, here we go. Here we go. Don't look. Oh no. Oh, what is this? A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all the searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find Rachel? My Rachel? Wait, why are they asking me yes or no? Is this a trick question? What happens if I say no? I'm gonna say no. The rags were wet, matted, covered in dirt and grime, but inside that tattered mess was no sign of my beloved wife. Rachel wasn't there. I looked around in confusion, trying to figure out what to do next. If she wasn't there, where was she? What had I been searching for this entire time? I remembered the look on Rachel's face when I came home, didn't I? Then the awful realization hit me right in the gut. I had been looking at this the wrong way, hadn't I? This is what you've been trying to tell me all along, isn't it? I couldn't find Rachel there, and I won't find her anywhere else because she was never there at all, was she? I stumbled back upstairs, the pain in my leg just a dull ache now, and sat down in my bedroom. My mind was spinning. The ache I felt before was near crippling. Finally, I could no longer fight the exhaustion. As I tried to grab hold of something that would make sense of all this, I must have drifted off. What? Maybe this wasn't what you thought at all. I like to remember things my own way. I guess these books were all actually mine, then. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Sure. I didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? It was the photo of the other man and his wife that I found in that house. Were those really his wife's remains in those tunnels? It certainly seemed so. What did I think? Did the other man murder his wife and bury her in those tunnels? I don't know. It didn't seem like it. I couldn't be sure. He could have been another victim. After all, he was dead when I woke up. In the shards of that broken mirror, I could see my face, gaunt now, hollow and sickly, and immensely troubled. What other illusions had I dreamed up? What other truths were waiting to be exposed? It was the key card I found at the bottom of that factory locker. I never did bother to use it. Wait, yeah, I did. Someone had been going through those lockers and poking around the plant. Still, it didn't quite add up. Was I the one who had been going back to the factory? Nah, I couldn't have been. What would I have been doing there? I didn't remember a thing about that place. The laptop had finally run out of power. Well, darn. What's going on here, man? This is weird. Oh yeah, what's in the bathroom? The dirty, faded glass had looked like nothing more than a faint shadow. I used to tell myself that Rachel was the one who wanted to keep the tub. It was the letter I had taken from the postbox. It had gotten a bit wet in the rain. But well, who wrote that letter then? Who was Norman seeing? Oh no, Norman. If I was wrong about Rachel, then what about him? Did I do that horrible thing to him? I kind of doubt it. You said he was like your only friend in the town, almost. I couldn't have. I clearly wasn't seeing things correctly. But no, I could never do something like that. I don't know, man. I had that old TV for so long, I don't know if I could ever replace it. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. I used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I had left it somewhere. So I surmised that at least 2 of the names in that musty notebook had been recent victims. Heather, Olivia, Ashley, and Cheryl. Iris, Daphne, Holly, Rose, those poor girls that I found in that dead forest. Wondered what happened to the other names on that list, or the ones scratched out on that desk in those wet tunnels. What is happening here? What is going on? It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. I don't know, man. What's this? The pile of mail on the floor I now saw was addressed to me. Bills, credit card offers, a letter from the bank. They were all addressed to me. That was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? No. You just said you wanted to check the basement. How many breakfasts had I eaten there, completely alone? I must have locked the door. There was no reason to return to the backyard anyway. Oh, boy. That graphic almost looked like it was falling down the stairs. Everything smelled musty and old down there. Wait. Oh, okay. Are we done here? Like, I guess we're done there. Okay, never mind. I guess we're leaving. Hey. That was it. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Yes. Since I had arrived in town, things had been difficult. Working in the plant, though, had been good for me. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, to help me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Drinking was probably just a way to deal with that. It was almost as if I was trying to beat my brain at its own game. Things stopped making sense some time after that, and my memories of what happened are still in flux. I suppose that was when Rachel came along. This night had been the worst of my entire life. Would it even be possible to bounce back from everything that had happened? Everything I'd seen? You know, in a way, I almost wish I hadn't even woken up tonight. It would have spared me a lot of pain. What had happened to the other man I found in that old house? Had I killed him? Is that why I was locked in that room? Or did you? After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like 2 people. But who was it that was attacked? And what had I been doing at Norman's place, or even in that old forest? It didn't look good, that's for sure. Had I been responsible for what had happened there? What did you think? Was I guilty, or was I just mad? Just for a second, though, I think about something else. Think about those poor girls I had accidentally discovered in the old forest. The notebook I had found in those woods had names in it, names I think I saw somewhere else before. It couldn't have been me behind that, could it? I would never do such a thing to such sweet, innocent people. Obviously, we aren't seeing eye to eye on this, but we could both agree it wasn't me going through the old factory, right? I mean, you said it yourself, and I'm trusting you here, you know? I had to catch my breath to take it all in. At each point until the factory, things had only gotten worse. But then going to Norman's store, that's where the confusion and doubt started to set in. My microphone working out? That's when my perspective on all this really started to change. Damn it, Norman. What were you doing with Rachel? I mean, what was going on? If all this was a lie, then what was really happening? Someone had killed Norman in his store, but it wasn't me. Who else would have wanted him dead? But as painful as all of that was, oh no, I couldn't bear to think about it again. After all I had seen and done, finally coming home was supposed to be the end of this entire ordeal. I had no idea, though, that it was only the beginning. The silence in the house when I had first stepped through the kitchen door, that should have been my first clue. To think that I went through all of that completely unaware of what I would discover. Did you know before the end? Did you mock me when you finally showed me the truth? You don't know what it's like to have everything ripped away from you in a heartbeat. How could I possibly go on, now knowing what I do? Without Rachel, even the thought of Rachel, I was truly lost. As the door swung open, I could smell damp grass and the closeness of the air. After everything, it felt like I had more questions than answers. You made me see the truth. I'll give you that. But now I was completely lost. You took away the only thing that had kept me going. I was sure word would get out, and soon enough the police would come looking for me. And what then? Would you be there to show me the way? What will I do then? And that's it. Slipping away. Wow. So yeah, I mean, I think there's other, like, possible endings, I guess, to this, but that's the game. Home is dedicated to my wife, Nancy. Watch your back. Oh, gosh. The end. Yeah, that... And they were about right. It took about an hour and a half to complete. Interesting.